There's a lot of trial and error involved in making of elite athletes. Your body and as a person, you are so complex. It's quite difficult to predict what things are really going to get the most out of you. One of the things that, looking back, would have helped me get to the top more often and more consistently was not necessarily to remove the trial and error, but to accelerate it, to not have my mistakes be so punishing. I got introduced to Oro sensors through a coaching colleague who let me know that there was a startup nearby that were working with EMG technology to solve movement-associated problems. And one of the problems that we were working on was how we quantify technique and training specificity. And both of us having a fair amount of background in working with EMG in the past, we knew that it was good for providing insight, but it was potentially limited. That opinion changed when we heard what they were actually doing with it, is making it far more portable, making it far more accessible, making the analysis a lot faster, which unlocked a lot more possibilities. And so much so that after we started working with it, we actually completely changed the direction of our project to go for way more ambitious goals. I have a foothold now to know that some of the things that I advise athletes and that I advise the team are absolute truth. In terms of the data processing, I worked quite closely together with Oro, and the data processing is bar none. There's no one else doing the kinds of data processing that they're doing. You'd have to have a team of data scientists working full weeks to even come close. And we're getting that as live feedback. In the immediate future, sports scientists and coaches on the cutting edge are really going to be able to use this tool to get a lot more out of their athletes, especially anything related to movement efficiency and training specificity. In the far future, as Oro sensors become more widespread, I think treating things like common movement disorders and maybe just regular old injuries, people getting physiotherapy, that could be streamlined quite a lot too, by then comparing the data of the individual to the data of thousands of other people who have rehabilitated from the same thing to benchmark.